Yes.
Okay, so here we go. Back at just behind us, Lords and South Africa, 6 runs adrift to win the World Test Championship. And there you go, the Rapture crowd is roaring. Devashish Sen and I, right outside Lords. What a historic day for South African cricket. And this fan, who you just gave the ticket to, his life is big.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a occasion for South Africa, Korea. That is obviously is, I mean, they have been waiting for this moment for quite some time. Yes, and what a moment for them. And it will be etched in the memories of South Africans. There are plenty of fans inside Korea. Just imagine, I was there yesterday, today also. The atmosphere is just electrifying.
It's crazy. I went to Baker Street on day one for some work before I came back. People are telling me at Baker Street Station, what are you doing here? Why don't you go to Lords? I'm like, yes, I am. My daughter was with me. But this is historic for South Africa. You can hear the crowd behind us, the cheers. What a match. And by the way, at the end of day two, who would have said South Africa? When Pat Cummins had that 6 wicket haul, you were traveling. Everybody in our work group as well said Australia. Once again, Australia. Yesterday, when the Mitchell Stark Josh Hazelwood partnership was going on, I was at the Thomas White Suite picking up my accolade for the England series. And the lady who was giving it to me said, it's Australia.
So obviously, all credit goes to Temba Bavuma and Aiden Markram. That partnership actually swung in the swung the balance in favor of South Africa.
Markram is just out. 276 for 5, 6 runs to win. That's what it is. You can't lose it from here, South Africa. You just can't. This is the moment of a lifetime for every South African.
Do you reckon that this win, what it does to world cricket?
It's great for world. Let's be clear. I wrote a piece yesterday. It is actually great for world cricket. Yes, hi. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi, hi. Come say hi to our viewers. Okay. So here you go. What do you think about South Africa?
It's winning. It's winning. It's an incredible match, and we thought South Africa will shock,
But they have it.
initially,
Good.
but they have it.
Okay, great.
Nakaram is super fine.
Super. So there you go. Take the photograph, and there you go.
Okay, thank
Look,
you.
look at her. Look at her.
Yes.
Your picture.
Thank you.
done.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.
So there you go. South Africa. What a moment for South African cricket. Devashish asked me, what about world cricket? I think it can't get better. Because it was becoming Australia, it was becoming India, it was becoming to a degree England. You needed new powers in world cricket. And this, I think after this, Temba Bavuma becomes as big as Sia Kolisi. He becomes as big as Sia Kolisi. Look at what happened to the men of color in South Africa. The aspirational story about South Africa.
And talking about the color, means obviously, what do you see who are the performers for South African this test? It's Kagiso Rabada, it is 5 wicket. Lungi Ngidi, Keshav Maharaj,
And Temba Bavuma.
Temba Bavuma. So I think this is means what a moment for South Africa.
Okay, once again, it's 276 for 5, 81 overs, the new ball, 6 runs to go, and the two people batting out there, David Bedingham on 19 and Kylie Bahrain, the wicketkeeper batter. This is South Africa. They can't choke from here. Can't just choke from here. We are at Lords right outside. As you can see, this is behind us is the Grace Gate. This is South Africa's moment. Devashish and I will analyze it for you for the next 20 odd minutes. Let's break this down. Temba Bavuma as captain, when he became captain, people asked so many questions. Yesterday afternoon, you were here at Lords. When he was hobbling with that hamstring, he kept pushing himself. That's what sport is. When you're down, he kept pushing, kept pushing. He ran those 2 runs, even with that hamstring injury, showed how much he wanted this win. Temba Bavuma.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is what a great captain is all about. Obviously, to put himself ahead of the team. And that is what Temba Bavuma has done it for South Africa. Obviously, there are so many memes and things, stuff around in social media, but obviously he's a leading run scorer for South Africa in this WTC cycle, and that said it a lot. And obviously, Aiden Markram, Temba Bavuma, and to be pitted against a bowling attack that comprises of the likes of Stark, Hazelwood, Cummins, and Nathan Lyons. Now, these four, they have not played a ICC event final and together won a tournament. I think
We've just given the last one. We had many, but we've just given it. So, fans still want to go and watch. That's the craze for red ball cricket in this country. We had a few tickets. We've just given them away to South African and Australian fans. But this is a great moment for world cricket. Let's break this match down. Devashish makes a very important point that Cummins, Hazelwood, Stark, and Nathan Lyon, they've not kind of lost an ICC final. They're that good. Think of India. We were bundled out in that Oval final in 3.5 days. This is an incredible side. Anyone who thinks Pat Cummins, Josh Hazel, Nick Stark, and Nathan Lyon, who scored 282 in the fourth innings, forget everything else. Talk about the pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that last wicket partnership, and that is what Australia is all about. So obviously they will not give away without a fight, and that is what has happened. But a tremendous batting by South Africa, especially Aiden Markram.
Fantastic.
I think he will be billed as one of the best teams, obviously, in modern era.
This 100 will be his best innings. See, I remember the Newlands 100. I remember all of that. But this 100 clearly will be one of the best Aiden Markram knocks of all time. More because of the context, the pressure. They are the best in the world in whites. And that's how important. From South African cricket standpoint, you and I have watched since 92. This is the greatest moment for South African cricket. Test match cricket, you're number one.
Absolutely. And to be reaching on to that ICC match, that is the pinnacle. You might have won a T20 World Cup or a exactly. And look at and the best part of the South African team really is think about this age, the overall age of this group. So obviously they can easily go on to play for at least 4 or 5 years. And then I think they have a very good side, and perhaps this win might give away with many more to come in the coming.
I think are we live in Hindi also? I think we are. Okay, so let's kind of do it in both languages. हम लोग हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे because ये broadcast आपको दोनों भाषा में देखने के लिए मिल रहा है. So we will also take some questions. हम थोड़ा देख लेते हैं कि सवाल क्या है हमारे पास. हम सवाल भी थोड़ा सा ले लेंगे. Okay, Devansh Banerjee, finally the eternal chokers crossed the line, beating the mighty Aussies. Kudos to Babuma and whole of South Africa. Great for AB de Villiers. Absolutely. Yesterday, you see AB de Villiers in the stands. He was filming Aiden Markram. I saw it because AB de Villiers at every run he was punching. And then when Aiden Markram got his 100, he stood up and he was actually filming everything. I think that's the winning runs. That could just be not yet. 4-5 runs left for South Africa to win this absolutely incredible moment. AB de Villiers, Graham Smith. Think of that whole line of South Africa. Jacques Kallis. These guys have done fantastic for South African cricket. What's the question there? Three different formats. That's a good point. 3 different champions in 3 different formats. India in T20, Australia in 50, South Africa जीत रहा है टेस्ट मैच क्रिकेट. So world cricket के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा.
Very good advertisement for world cricket. अगर South Africa choke करता, then again that train being South African chokers है और सुन के हम लोग थक चुके हैं, right? And I think ये क्रिकेट के हित में बहुत अच्छा हुआ कि साउथ अफ्रीका ने जीता. And I think it's and see this particular year we have seen what happened to world of sport. RCB ने जीता, South Africa ने जीता. I think it's a great thing to have happened.
100%. हम लोग ये बिल्डअप करते रहेंगे. एंड जो हम लोग बार बार कह रहे हैं कि वर्ल्ड क्रिकेट के लिए. बट पहले मैच थोड़ा सा एनालाइज कर लेते हैं. देखिए, जब आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ खेल रहे हो एंड आपने ज्यादा रन नहीं बनाया है पहला इनिंग्स में, मेरे लिए देखो टर्निंग पॉइंट देवाशीष ये भी है जो सेकंड साउथ अफ्रीका ने जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने काफी रन का लीड ले चुका है. वो एक ये मैच लो स्कोरिंग गेम. अगर उस समय साउथ अफ्रीका 48 for 4 वो लुंगी वाला स्पेल या कागिसो रबाडा वाला स्पेल, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का सेकंड इनिंग्स में साउथ अफ्रीका का जो एफर्ट मुझे दिखा, आई थिंक दैट इज एज इम्पोर्टेंट एज एडेन मार्कर. मैच वहीं पे बन गया और फिर तीसरा दिन विकेट भी ईज हो गया.
How can you forget that drop by Steve Smith? Steve Smith ने जो बबूमा का कैच छोड़ा, आई थिंक
3 रन बाकी, 279 for 5, 3 रन बाकी फॉर साउथ अफ्रीका टू बिकम वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियंस. बस सुनने में उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा.
अफसोस यही है कि इंडियंस आर प्लेइंग देयर अ प्रैक्टिस गेम अ फ्यू किलोमीटर्स अवे एट बेकनम एंड
they should have been here. I mean, हम बॉर्डर गावस्कर ट्रॉफी के बारे में बात करते हैं. बट बाय द वे, मैं देवाशीष से इसके बारे में जरूर पूछूंगा. देखो, हर कोई ने कहा था ऑस्ट्रेलिया, सर इसके लिए इंडिया का भी लेसन है. अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया को साउथ अफ्रीका हरा सकता है तो हम इंग्लैंड को क्यों नहीं हरा? अगर साउथ अफ्रीका ऐसे लड़ाई कर सकता है सेकंड डे के बाद, हम क्यों नहीं कर सकते? और हमको ये देखो देवाशीष, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, पहला दिन कितना असिस्टेंस, सेकंड
14
दिन
wickets.
कितना असिस्टेंस, 14 विकेट्स अगेन, तीसरा दिन कंप्लीट चेंज इन द विकेट, बैटिंग विकेट बन गया। लीड्स में इंडिया को ये याद रखना चाहिए कि पहला दिन और दूसरा दिन टेस्ट मैच डिसाइड नहीं करता है। टेस्ट मैच डिसाइड करने के लिए 4 दिन खेलना पड़ेगा, वो आपको कभी भी आप मैच छोड़ नहीं सकते।
And also there's a lesson learned, Koryada. I watched your interview with Saurav Devi. I think first innings per run is a paramount. Means obviously, if you have a big first innings, I'm not talking about a 500, 400, even a total of 300, that sets it up. Means obviously, then you have that cushion of means to be more attacking, means to keep closing fielders. So I think there's a obviously where it's a clear lesson for the Indian team because they will be without the greats Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Ashwin. So I think that this South Africa win will definitely give them that confidence.
100%, because if South Africa can see, look, let us break it down. When you are down at the end of the day, South Africa was almost down and out at the end of the day. 70, 80 runs behind. Australia had the upper hand. They did not lose, believe. Yeah, hoga India ke saath. That you might get bundled out for 200. England might get 350. You cannot give up. You have to keep fighting. South Africa came back in the became a batting day. This is day 4. It's not day 5 that Devon Line was getting prodigious turn. It's first 2 hours of day 4. And look at the weather. Beautiful, bright, sunny. And by the way, Leeds, I was checking weather forecast today. Pretty good. Pretty good. 22, 23. Goes up to 25, 26 during the test match. 15, 14, 13, no. So exactly like Kolkata winter is what you will get at Leeds. Bright and sunny. And when the sun comes out in England, they were just batting carrier wicket.
It's absolutely. I think toss is going to be very important, Boryada. I think obviously to bat well in the first innings will be very extremely important for both the teams. Means obviously, अगर आप देखें कि I think England batting will give them a slight edge. Means obviously they are playing at their own backyard, but I still feel that their bowling is a slight weaken, given the big players missing out. But I think it is their batting, the way they performed in that test match, one of test matches. I think their lives obviously it will be a battle between India bowling and England batting.
105 scores are level.
Unfortunately, both of us could not go inside because Koryada and myself have given away our tickets.
And we have to do live.
Yes.
And we are committed to our show, but then that's what it is. Okay, what's this question? Test cricket will not be the same anymore. It would attract much more crowd and attention globally. Good point. Who's this? Vaibhav Taragi. He's one of our regular viewers. That's a very good point because हम नया चैंपियंस चाहते हैं. हम चाहते हैं कि नई टीमें उभर कर सामने आए और मैच जीते. आज साउथ अफ्रीका ने वो करके दिखाया. ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हरा देगा साउथ अफ्रीका. ये कितना लोगों ने कहा था. हमने भी नहीं कहा था. कल हम यहीं से वीडियो कर रहे थे और हमने कहा जब ऑस्ट्रेलियन सेकेंड इनिंग्स खत्म हुआ, मैंने कहा कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया ये मैच जीत चुका है, कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया 280 रन का लीड ये साउथ अफ्रीका कभी नहीं कर पाएगा. हम लोग सब ने कहा था. एट दैट पॉइंट इन टाइम विन प्रेडिक्टर ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ के फेवर में 85 था. वहां से टू बिलीव सेकेंड इनिंग्स का अप्रोच देखो. First 10 overs, they attacked Mitchell Stark. They got 47. So Ryan Rickelton played a bad shot, but Mulder and Aiden Markram, they were positive. There are lessons here, Devashish, sent for India. Big lessons here.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to be positive. Obviously,
You can't just
add-ons. Yes.
Block.
One point of time today, at the start of day 4, they were just defensive. They were playing too many defensive shots, and that paved the way of Temba Babu getting out. Obviously, but then I think all credit goes to those youngsters, it's Bedingham and
Aiden Markram has turned the new things.
absolutely.
Aiden Markram का life का ये सबसे important innings by
And he
100.
could be the next captain. He could be the next
तो
captain.
पहले भी वो कैप्टन थे. ऐसा नहीं है कि Aiden Markram was not the captain. But for men of color in South Africa, for South African sport as a whole, अगर आप देखें वर्ल्ड T20 उनको जीतना चाहिए था. आप बारबाडोस में थे. वो मैच तो मुझे फेवर में था. वो सूर्या कुमार यादव, डेविड मिलर का कैच.
But अगर T20 वर्ल्ड कप जीतता भी था,
ये अलग बात.
ये अलग बात. इसका कोई तुलना नहीं है. And to be winning the World Test
Test
Championship
champion.
final.
This is one thing India has not won.
Exactly.
I mean, अगर आप रियल पेडिग्री के बारे में बात करते हो, दिस इज द फॉर्मेट. आप जितना मर्जी आईपीएल कर लो, वर्ल्ड T20 कर लो, 50 ओवर क्रिकेट कर लो, रेड बॉल क्रिकेट में इस मैदान में वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप, बाय द वे अभी 2021 तक इंग्लैंड में ही फाइनल होने वाला है. अगर इस मैदान में आप जीतते हो, दिस काइंड ऑफ दिस नेबरहुड में जितना भारतीय है, लंदन में जितना इंडियंस है, यार अगर आप शुभमन गिल हो तो आपके लिए एक ही मकसद होना चाहिए, WBC में अच्छा होना चाहिए. बिकॉज़ वाइट बॉल क्रिकेट में इंडिया अच्छा नहीं है, सबको पता है. Can India stand up against England? It's the start of the WBC cycle. Can आज रविचंद्रन अश्विन ने मेरे को बोला कि विराट कोहली एक ग्लोरियस करियर, बट वो खत्म हो गया, वो करियर हो गया. Can the new generation take the mantle and move on? Nobody is bigger than the king. I thought that was an excellent.
And obviously what it does to the World Test Champion cycle, because India will be cricketed in South Africa.
That's it.
And that's the winning moment.
South Africa are world test champions. They have won the race, beating Australia here at Lords, and that's the moment that every South African cricket fan forever would want to remember. Devashish Sen and I, right in front of Lords, people are all going to queue up for that celebration. This is the moment when South African cricket makes it in the echelons of the world game. Well played, Temba Bavuma. Well played, Aiden Markram, Kagiso Rabada, Luki Ngidi, and everybody. Deserving champions, Devashish.
Absolutely deserving champions. And they played it as a team. Means Timba Bavuma lead up to the World Test Champion final. He has won 7 Test matches. And that itself
And they
speaks
finish it
volumes.
off with the 4 of
Fantastic.
Mitchell
That's
Stark, South Africa closing it out, 285 for 5 South Africa, and they've won the World Test Championship. That's the update from Lords. What an incredible moment in the history of South African cricket.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is what I was saying. Means obviously it does a world of good for the world cricket. Means obviously to have a new champion. Means we are also very disgusted with the way Australia dominated world cricket, especially in test matches. Obviously, they are also the reigning champions in 50 overs format.
But they are now only one format.
Yeah, they are now only one format champions. Means every time, means obviously there will be pressure of expectations now from South Africa, but when it mattered the most, they delivered.
And they are coming to India.
Yes,
The first test match is in
home
Kolkata.
series. Yes, the first test match is in Kolkata. The World Test Championship. World champions will be up against India at the Eden Gardens when they come to India.
That will be some game.
Ah, yes.
This everything gets set up because it's no longer Australia. It is South Africa, it's England, it's India, it's Australia, New Zealand. Now this becomes competitive. This is the start of a new world order in cricket.
Absolutely, I would say so.
Yeah. So this is the start of a new world order.
I think. And so, and obviously, I think it also augurs well for India. If they somehow manage to win this series against England, I think they are playing at home against South Africa. They are playing
West
Australia
Indies.
at home. They are playing West Indies also at home. Yes, only challenging assignment they have is against New Zealand. In New Zealand, I think India, if they can pull it off in this series against England, I think they have.
Everything hinges on this series.
Absolutely.
I think this series in England is going to be one of the most important ever in the history of Indian cricket. You play like South Africa. I think India should learn a lot from South Africa's approach in this match. The positivity, the confidence. Or আসুন একটু তো আসুন আপনাকে না কথা বললে কি করে হবে বলছি আপনার সাথে না কথা বললে আপনার সাথে না কথা বললে কি করে হবে
It is always a pleasure.
And one of the legends of Indian cricket, Dilip Doshi, also joins us in the live New World Order.
It's wonderful to see South Africa as a country. They have gone through turmoil in the last 50 years, and they have fought back in self-belief, talent that is still not proven everywhere. Against probably the best test team in the world is still Australia. But winning the championship under great pressure and removing the tag of chokers, which I think is a great side for me because I have always seen South Africa as wonderful talent and many times we've never translated into it. But I think the resilience and the Bauma's captaincy has been outstanding. Markram's inning one of the greatest I've seen in Test cricket. Played under huge pressure. It's like the highest score of the Test was achieved in the last 10 years.
Chasing 282 against an Australian attack, which is clearly the best in the world. They deserve in champions.
South Africa, yes, in this tournament, they played against all odds. People were questioning their entry because into the two divisions and they didn't play the major cricketing countries. It's not that problem.
Yeah, I mean that's
That's a strategy.
you play a bit of it.
Yes. And so when they come to this final,
Did you think that they would get close to this? Yesterday I said no. That's what I was.
I said it before and quoted this friend also. I felt that the pitch was always very good. No determination. Other Africa in the first innings was superbly full of Australia out in the but for one.
And after that first innings deficit, come back and do what they did in the second innings.
So you know what they did the right thing? They played the bowler in the first inning, not the ball. They were playing the occasion. They were not playing the game. Actually, because I feel that one of the great things about this game is if you are a bowler, you bowl a ball, you don't bowl as a batsman. And similarly, if you're a batsman, you've got to learn to play the ball. If you focus on the bowler's reputation, you have a very good chance to cope with it.
Dilip Doshi might soon get involved. So last couple of questions and I'll let him go. India gets good picture and better India an opportunity in the next couple of months.
So again, we are in a different position. We have less old players in English condition, apart from few well. And I feel that the challenge is for English team to get the right batting order. In a way, I wish that Chennai did.
That's what we do.
When I'm this, I know nothing except that I'm and Gill should bat.
That's what it is. Supposedly, when
And Karun Nair should bat.
they might go with Sai Sudarshan or Kanchan is what we kind of assume.
You mean in the opening?
No, it should be Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Yeah, that's of course.
And then Sai or Karun and then Gill at fourth is what we are assuming.
Then in that case, Karun Nair should not go to the
And in the bowling, being a legend of the game yourself, Spin Kuldeep Yadav, many are talking him out. You reckon Kuldeep Yadav can play a part?
He should play it. Because very few people can play wrist spin and Kuldeep is bowling better than ever before. And if this is not the time we give him a proper run in test cricket, when will it be? I like to play bowlers who are able to play cricket. I don't want to play bowlers who also bat. I prefer bowlers, champion bowlers, or potentially champion bowlers who will change the course of the game.
A specialist is what you are advocating.
Specialist if he is working and capable of winning wickets. I won't play a specialist batsman who will hold the field and score runs and do effectively. I will play any cricketer who will contribute constructively to the team, not play for his own score, which used to happen in the past.
You've been part of some of India's greatest wins. I remember Melbourne 81, for example. When I think of your and India goes into this series as an underdog. Thoughts on Shubman and Rishabh and how they kind of take this team forward from here?
I wish, in a way, metaphorically speaking, I wish KL was the captain. Rishabh was the vice captain. And I wish Gill was given the opportunity to establish himself as a world-class player without the burden of captaincy. And his time will come. KL Rahul is in prime form. He's gathered in confidence in the last few years. and we should optimize it. Not having not having any pressure on Gill. That doesn't mean that Gill will not do well, both as a captain and a player.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So that doesn't mean it's just that he's playing a little safe. Rishabh Pant is an outstanding tester, and there should be no humorous question at all.
I was interviewed Saurabh 2 days back here in his house in Waterloo. And he said what he saw Rishabh in Australia, he did not like because he said Rishabh has far better defense than I swing at every ball. He said, this is test cricket. You look ugly, you bat ugly, no problem. But you stick out there, show down defense. And that's how he's been test match.
I fully agree with what Sam was saying. I also believe if you look at his test report prior to Australia, he got 7 test handles, if I'm not mistaken.
Every country.
And in difficult conditions, match winning 90s. And also, he's got between 90 and 100 as well, 6 or 7. So that is an infectious sickness, which reminds me a little bit of a different way of the great London. He must have got out 7 to 10 times between 90 and 100, trying to score a 6. That was the greatness of the player. But West Indies had a team that could back it. India had a team like that. Now we can rebuild over criticism of the state television, which I think is not a way to really appreciate anything.
Okay, last question before I let Dilip Doshi go. Absolutely, it was such a pleasure to get in. He was just here. Devashish mentioned that he spoke to me on the inside, and we just happened to be lucky that we managed to get it. So, you are giving him a chance for our viewers.
I'm giving India a very good. Similarly, that's right. Indian youth today is very confident in unique manner, which I have not seen in India since 40 years. So I think it's always well for it. I think if you win every game, you'll get something.
Fantastic. That's what Dilip Doshi says. Try to win every game. You get somewhere. This is optimism, cautiously optimistic. And this is what world cricket is about. Don't play the bowler. Play the ball. Dilip Doshi, thank you very, very much. Thank you very
Lovely
much.
to see
Pleasure.
you. Thank you for inviting me.
Right through this tour. I mean, it would be a pleasure. If you're coming to any of the test matches, it would be great to have you.
I hope to be looking at possibly the Birmingham game for a day or two.
আপনি যদি এক্সপ্রেশনে আসেন বলবেন 100% আর তাহলে লঞ্চ হয়ে যাবে দেবাশিসের কথা আপনি নোট করেছেন থ্যাংকস a lot. Thank you. আচ্ছা শেষ করে দিই Okay, we'll end the show because I need to speak to Dilip off camera. I think that's the live, the response from here at Lords. South Africa, World Test champions, a new world order in world cricket, and tremendous and deserving champion South Africa. Australia beaten, who would have thought? But that's what sport is all about. As CLR James said, what do they know of cricket? Who only cricket know? The greatest moment in South African cricket history. Exactly beyond the boundary. Temba Bavuma becomes the new Siya Kolisi. And that's the start that every colored will feel in South Africa. This is their moment. Celebration time. And from us here, Devashish Sen, Dilip Doshi and myself, thank you very much for watching.